Hello, and today we'll be speaking to an extremely talented singer-songwriter by the name of Kyra Simone. How you doing, Kyra? I hope you've had a lovely day.
Hello, in my poshest English accent. That's as posh as it gets. Hello. Yes, hi CDM, this is Kyra Simone. Thank you for inviting me to this interview, and
No
I'm
problem.
really looking forward to getting some of my stuff out there and speaking to you about my music and what it is that I'm doing.
Okay.
And to answer your question, I'm doing good. I feel so good. Pun, you'll get to know why, people. That wasn't funny. Well,
I'm gonna jump in some questions right now then.
okay, cool. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Fire the questions away.
First of all, when did you start dreaming of entering the entertainment profession?
Dreaming of entering the entertainment profession. I don't think it's ever really been a dream of mine. I've just kind of always been singing, and because I grew up around it, my mum sung, my dad wooed with him with his singing as well. So I used to hear my dad sing, and I used to go actually with my mum, like from a really young age, to her rehearsals. So it was actually just part of life, so to speak. So I wasn't sitting looking at the TV thinking, yeah, I'd love to be that and do that. I think for myself, I went to my mum's performances, and it was just a part of life. But there was a realization, because I studied accountancy before I really decided to dedicate myself to music, that nothing, it's my passion, so to speak. So it's not a dream, it's a passion. So I found out that really this is the thing that makes me tick, makes me feel alive, It's like the other stuff was easy, the accountancy was easy, and business is great. And, achievements are always a great thing to have.
Yeah,
When you sing, when I sing, when I get on stage, when I write, more than anything else, I'm just like, yeah, this is what it's about. So, yeah, I didn't have a dream of entering the entertainment profession, but I definitely have a passion for writing. And once I realized this was something that just got me going, so to speak, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and wherever I go, but it's really about keeping it real with the music, lyrics and writing for me.
Okay. What are your inspiration, or who are your inspirations throughout the music industry?
Okay, inspirations. I'd like to say that
Okay.
I don't necessarily have inspirations. What I do have though is people that, back me up and love what I do, as in regards to family. And I think for me that has definitely been a very, very, very important part of doing my music. My mum has always been behind me 100%, my dad behind me 200%, because he was the only person that said to me, go into music straight away. And the rest of the family was like, oh no, just get something properly, just in case it doesn't work out. And and that's what I did, and that's hence why I did the accountancy. But yeah, inspirations, not really.
No?
But people that have supported me has been my family, and that has been a great what can I say, a great
Push?
kind of backup for myself to say, yeah, keep going. And my grandmother as well always would come down to wherever I was at, to come and see my gigs. So yeah, if I would say inspirations, if that's what you're talking about, I listened to a lot of soul music once I sort of got to the age of 19, 20, 21. And they were always male vocalists, which could be why that my deep voice is quite cool. Yeah, could be.
What was your first song you ever sung, if you can remember?
First song that I ever sung, well, I probably wouldn't be able to remember that if I'm honest. But yeah, I know that there's this tape recording floating about somewhere with me and my brother Carlos.
Right.
And I'm singing in some high voice, and it's Lovers Rock. And I don't know the name of the song, unfortunately, but that would have been the first song ever recorded that I sung, that I know, that I remember. If I speak about the first song that I sung in public by myself, I would have to say that yet again it's another Lovers rock song, but everything's just really a bit of a blur. So because I've just been singing forever, so there was never one clear point in my life that I goes, right, I absolutely love singing. I didn't realise that. No, it's just always been there. It's just always been part of me, part of who I am, as opposed to, right, I'm going to be famous and I want to sing songs and this is what I want to do, and I never thought about it before, but yeah, I really think I like this. No, or I went to school, my parents sent me to sing lessons or something. It's never been like that. It's just always been in my DNA from a very, very young age, and having my family around me who had a complete love for music and encouraged the singing, as you do, because I think all parents do love their children when they sing. But for my parents, it was more so, we sing, you can sing too, kind of thing. So yeah, I don't really, if I just went all around the house as like a politician. I think I'd make a great politician, and didn't answer your question about first song ever sung. The answer to your question, what's the first song you ever sung? I don't know. And that's the answer.
That's all right. What do you think about while you're performing? When you're in front of the stage, you've got the crowd staring at you. What goes through your mind at that specific moment?
I think about getting my notes right. I think about relaxing.
True.
I think about connecting with the audience. That's so important. Mm-hmm. See, from the beginning, my thing was, when I first got up on stage, I was very, very, very still. Didn't move, didn't engage, didn't speak, didn't even sway. I don't even think I did any. I don't even think I nodded my head when I was on stage, which is why I went when I decided, right, this is I'm going to really take singing seriously. I went back to college and I did performing arts and drama. So by doing that, I learned to open up more. And my main thing that I think about when I'm performing is being able to connect with people. I know how to sing. Yes, there are some notes out there that I think, oh my goodness. And they literally like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to hit that note. Oh my. But apart from that, it's all about connecting with the audience, about getting them to engage and enjoy the performance, enjoy the singing, not just visually, but getting involved. And I just want, my thing is, when I'm performing, I really want the audience to have a good time, and that's really what I think about when I'm performing, is the audience having a fantastic time. Because really and truly, when it comes to the other things, you should have rehearsed it. Even if you haven't had a rehearse, you're not able to rehearse with the particular people that you want to, or it's a backing track, that rehearsing, you shouldn't be rehearsing on stage. You should be rehearsing in your own time. This is what the work we do behind doors, to try and make sure that it's as best as it can be, so that when we do get on stage, or for myself, when I do get on stage, I want to make sure that I'm so relaxed with the music that I can really get involved with the audience, and literally all my troubles just disappear. I go on stage and I leave them backstage. and that is it. So if I'm on stage and I'm thinking about stuff on stage, that is not good. And from my memory, I don't remember anything like that happening. There was actually one time that I went on stage and I had mosquito bites. This was in Poland, and I had mosquito bites all over myself. And that was one time that I was on stage, because I thought, my goodness, this really hurts. But if you looked at me on stage, you would not have a clue. Not a clue. Oh, and one more thing. There was one time I wore a dress, and I had to be careful not to jump too much, for obvious reasons. So I didn't, So yeah, that could be something that I think about when I'm performing. But really, the main gusto of it is that the audience has a great time, and I give the best that I can give, vocally and performance-wise, so that when I come off stage, I've got this high, not just for myself, but the fact that people had a great time.
Okay, so coming from this singing background, what inspired you to get into radio?
Okay, what inspired me to get into the radio? Well, I like to talk, and
feel?
Also, I was looking around at what the UK soul, especially singers, songwriters, composers, producers, the platform for that, and it was so eclectic. You really wouldn't get played on the mainstream radio as much unless you're signed to a major record label. So I looked at what was out there, and I decided that it would be great, not only just for myself, for other people that I know that are also putting their music out there, to have a platform for them to be able to send it off to myself and I could play it on radio. And I was really, really keen to be PRS registered, because it wasn't about just me talking on the radio. It is about artists getting paid. So I decided, right, I want to do radio, and I want to have this platform where myself and other artists could have a radio station playing that's registered with PRS, and even if it's a very small amount, we'll get royalties for having been played, and it will be a platform. And so therefore I did that, and then it kind of had a knock-on effect. I had an interview with somebody, and from a local community radio station, and I said to them, I want to get onto radio, and they were like, really cool, we're doing this youth project thing. Got involved with that. They trained all of us up, and then I said, I want to have a radio show, and they were like, right, this is the format, we would like you to fill out the form and send it off to us, and we'll have a look. And then I got involved with uksoul.org, and I said, why don't we come together? And we did, and we had a chart and went onto the radio. But unfortunately, because it was one of those things where you had to come there every week, it got to a point where it was very, very difficult for myself to be somewhere every single week. But what I am looking to do is a podcast. So watch out for that, because I'm thinking about doing a podcast, even and then sending that off to radio. So that means I can do it in my own time, and I can still have a regular following. People can still get played on the radio and get their royalties, because that's really important to me, especially in the UK. So many independent artists out there, and they're not getting played on radio, and they're not getting interviewed. And yeah, that's definitely on my to-do list, but not at the top. It's a bit further down because I've got lots to do, but I'll tell you about that later.
Okay. So what embarrassing songs have you got on your MP3 player?
Embarrassing songs on my MP3 player? Yeah. No, darling, no. There's no songs on my MP3 player that are embarrassing. No? It may be embarrassing for somebody else though, but I feel no way. I have...
ABBA?
Look, I say I feel no way, and then I pause before I go to say it. I have things on there from... Nora Jones. That's not embarrassing, is it? Of course not. But some people would not even think that I'll be listening to music like that. I have Prince upon Prince upon Prince upon Prince. Legend. Yes, I have a bit of Elvis Presley there. Yes, I do. I have some old school songs, but they're all to do with memories. Some country and western on there, but it is memories. It is not about the person, because I do know that, I know what Elvis Presley was about. Apparently he was very racist. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about what's on my MP3 player. We're not going to get into a debate or the political freedom of racism and all that kind of stuff, kind of topic of conversation. But I've got David Bowie on my MP3 player. Some people may find those things embarrassing. I, however, do not find it embarrassing. And if it comes on that it sings, come... No, what was it? What's that song again? Walk through this world with me. Ooh. Go where I go. Share all my dreams with me. I need you so. But I've got the country and western version. I know there's a reggae version, because there's a reggae version for absolutely every song out there. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to reggae music, there's a reggae version for every single song. But I'm not talking about the reggae version. I'm talking about the country and western version. That is on my MP3 player, and I love listening to all types of music, all types. So yeah, nothing embarrassing, but for some others they'd be like, what, you got that on your... But I don't know where that American accent came from. What, you got that on your MP3 player? Oh my god, why, what? That was a really bad accent. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I apologize sincerely from my heart. I will never try to do an American accent ever again.
All right. Are there any rituals you have to do before you go on stage? I know like certain artists want to maybe do a little routine, touch something, or prayer just before they get onto stage. Like, what do you do?
Rituals before I go on stage. I don't believe I have any rituals. There isn't one specific thing that I do before I get on stage.
Okay.
I just make sure that there are no ladders in my tights. You know, there's just common sense stuff that I do before I get on stage. If I'm doing a solo gig, I'm going to think about what it is that I'm going to say, because I'm going to have a look at the audience, see what they're about. And yes, there are things in my mind that I'm going to say which are quite normal, like, hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? You know, I don't do that when I go on stage. I just don't know why I did that. But yeah, I'll just greet the audience, all that kind of stuff. That's kind of standard. But I do look out, or I try to get a look to see who's out there and what they're about, so that I can actually relate to the audience. See, it's about the audience again. But no, there's no rituals. You know, depending on who I'm with, there may be a quick prayer said. It's just really depends, but there's no specific rituals. I'm not superstitious, so I don't believe, right, I have to go through this and this every time I do a performance to get myself ready for stage. I kind of just go, you know, warm up my voice, and I don't literally do that. But that was me sort of, you know, like kind of zoning out into a special performance space, performance energy. And I just kind of do that regardless of, you know, what performance that I'm doing. I'll either do it on stage, walking up to the stage, but I will get into performance mode. And it could be in the dressing room, could be anywhere. But this is like I'm walking through a revolving door. And as I come through, I'm sort of myself. And as I go through the revolving door, I'm in performance mode. And no, I am not saying that it is two different persons. It's still me. It's just like when you get up in the morning and, you know, you might be in mum mode, and then you've got to go to work, and then you've got to get into work mode, for example. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not possessed by spirits, you know, before anybody starts to think something like that. I'm just saying, you know, I get into performance mode. I start to focus about the audience and basically communicating with them and performing to the best of my ability and opening up myself so that they can really feel the vibes and I can feel their vibes whilst I'm on stage.
Your latest track, so good. I have to say it's fantastic. It's in my words, it's sick. It's actually sick. It's dope. Like the beat, everything. It's really dope. Like, how did this come about? Did Atomic Dread production approach you, or was it vice versa?
Oh boy, thank you. Yes, So Good is originally a house track, and there's quite a few remixes of that particular track out there. And the majority of the remixes came from Atomic Dread Productions. And Atomic Dread Productions is a musician, artist, songwriter called Don E. Now, Don E had a #1 hit called Unbreakable.
Okay.
I think it was back in the 90s, and it was wicked. I remember seeing him. God, Prince, here he comes again. Prince is actually is an artist I absolutely love and adore, but I sound nothing like him. Absolutely nothing like him. But yeah, he's absolutely great. It was so strange. I was listening to the radio, and I actually was like, oh, there's a Prince tribute. Wow, and it's got some all I heard was Prince tribute. I didn't care who was performing. All I heard was Prince tribute. And it says, ring us up. So I rang up. This was like years ago as well. I rang up and I was like, this is the answer. And then they called me back and goes, you've won. I was like, ah! So I went down there and I saw Don E performing down there. And I was like, I have got to meet him, because he was absolutely amazing. And what happened? A year later, I was going for my first interview, and guess who was there? Donnie. And in between that, I actually contacted him on MySpace, and he sent me a couple of messages, but that was it. And then it was just kind of freak. You know, some people say it was fated, or some people say it's just sheer coincidence, but I went to Luton. I'm from London. I went to Luton, went for BBC Three radio interview with Mighty MP, and Donny was there. Spoke to him. We stayed in contact for a little bit, but didn't really speak. And then I met him again, and then we've just been friends ever since. And then Donny was like, okay, cool, because I've done BBs on his backing vocals on his tracks, and he was like, hey, Kai, I'm doing this Ladies Night album, really would love for you to be on it. And I was like, yeah, cool, never written to a house track before, but I'm definitely up for it. And he was like, let's do it. Wrote the track, went on there, and then it was remixed. It had a slow track, like an R&B track, and it also had like about 4 different remixes that Donny Atomic Dread Productions done. And also it was actually remixed, it had a Eminem remix as well. So I was really, 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 really pleased with that, because there was like, gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think there was about five different remixes. So yeah, that was really, really, really cool. Yeah, so those remixes, when one of them is on YouTube at the moment, and the guys can go check it out. It's had about 40,000 listens. So I reckon that it likes it, people like it. It was done by John Morales, and it's the Eminem mix. So yeah, check it out.
Have you got any more collaborations in the motion?
Yes, collaborations. I'm always collaborating with people, and I've been so blessed. I've been able to collaborate with Wayne Marshall. There's a brilliant track. If you guys want to hear it, you go to my SoundCloud page and you'll hear the collaboration that I did with him. I've done obviously the So Good Don E collaboration. I've collaborated with or sung on Jacob's great Nigerian is kind of reggae type artist. Yeah, check him out as well. So yeah, there's a few people that I've collaborated with, and currently I am collaborating with 2 people. The first one is someone called Eon, and it's Bank Music, BANC Music, all one word. So if you Google it, you'll find out what I've been doing. I'm going to tell you, got to go and have a look. I have been a bit busy and I haven't been sharing that with people, but yeah, check it out, Eon Bank Music, and you will find and see online what I've been doing. And I've also collaborated with a wonderful musician. His name is Daniel Crawford, and he's from LA, and he's so super talented, and he just like made one of my dreams come true, so to speak, where I was able to do a beautiful rendition of Prince Take Me With You, and I was introduced him by Sid Mercutio. And Sid Mercutio, I've collaborated with him as well and produced a track called Desire. So there's lots of stuff for people to go and check out. So, and I will be working on something with Daniel Crawford, and we're gonna have to watch the space with this one. It's gonna be absolutely amazing, and all I will say is that I hope to travel, and that is it. That is all.
I've heard you got a new music video in the mix. When are we gonna get to see this music video? It's been hidden. I can't find it anywhere.
Ah, yes. The video is online already.
Okay.
And there's a couple of videos in the pipeline.
Nice.
We're just, this is the beginning stages.
Mm-hmm.
However, we're like, let's just share this journey with people as well. So it's there.
Yeah.
I'm not making it completely obvious, like it's not necessarily on my Facebook page, but you'll see reminiscence of it on my Facebook page. I may be a photo from the video shoot and such forth. And really, if you want to check it out and you want to see the video, go online and just put Kyra Simone into YouTube and then have a flick through the videos. But the latest one is Dream I Had, and it's quite light when it comes to it musically, but the lyrical content of it is very, very, very profound. So yeah, definitely have a listen to that, and if you like lyrics, check that one out. It's called Dream I Had.
Definitely checking that one out. Well, thank you for your time, Kyra Simone. It's been lovely speaking with you, and we hope that we can speak with you again in the near future.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been absolutely wonderful. Opportunity to talk again is always great. I like to talk. I like to chatter, chit-chatter. Yeah, so yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yes, I'm Kyra Simone. The listeners can check me out on YouTube. Just put Kyra Simone into YouTube, into Google. My Twitter account is MS Black Mona Lisa, all one word. Follow me on Twitter, and yeah, just stay connected. I'm one of those people that I'm not so busy yet that I can't reply back to people, so I do try to reply back to you. As long as you ain't trying to chat me up, I will reply back to you. Or you're trying to sell me some kind of goods, I will reply back to you. But if you got music and all that kind of stuff, or you're just saying hi, I'm more than likely going to say hi. And I do try to check out other people's music as well, because we've got to stay united on this independent thing. And if you come to me with, hi Kyra, can you check this out for me? More than likely, when I've got a free moment, I'll check it out and I'll get back to you. So yeah, follow me on Twitter, look me up on YouTube, Google me, just to see what I'm doing and what I'm about. And as independents, majors, whatever it is, stay united and support each other in the music. Do not download for free. There are a lot of artists out there giving you their music for free. Do not rip it off from online. A lot of independent artists, if you ask them nicely enough, especially if you're DJs and stuff, they will send it to you. So please don't try and rip it off from online. Just ask, because if you ask, not only will you probably get the track, but then you get added also to their exclusive mailing list. So when new tracks come out, they'll send it to you, and if you like it, download it. And like I said, a lot of people are giving it for free, and you can just give your own offering. A lot of artists are doing that nowadays. So yeah, don't rip the stuff off. Just look me up, make contact, and ask for the track. So yeah, check me out on Twitter. I'll say it again, Ms. Black Mona Lisa. YouTube, Kyra Simone. Google, Kyra Simone. And yeah, if you like the music, just share it with the people that that may appreciate that type of music too, and it all helps. Trust me, it all helps. Thank you so much for having me, CDM. Kyra Simone.